Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It's opening day, December the 1st, 2018. I'm going to look at all the Claiming Crown Stakes races on today's program from Gulfstream, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. So we're going to look at all the Claiming Crown races, so basically races 2 and then races 4 through 11. So a good portion of the card here. So let's get on to it. These races very wide open. The second race from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Rapid Transit Stakes, going for a purse of $110,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never started for a claim price $16,000 or less since January the 1st of 2017. Field of 10 horses going the distance of ground of 1,400 meters, or the distance of ground of 7 furlongs on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,400, 7 furlongs, main track. Top selection here. I like the number 6 horse, the 6 horse Imperatori. Hopefully I said that right. Pardon me if I didn't. It is almost 4 a.m. so I can't kind of speak in the moment. That's why. Top selection, the 6 horse Imperatori. 7-year-old gelding by Roman ruler Giovanni Franco is on this one for Gary Gullo. The horse is most recent Anakin, 26th September at Belmont. 6.5 on good ground and claiming 32. The horse finished second by 3 3/4 lengths. There was very wide and just couldn't catch the winner, the Red Dude, who ran that little bit of a better race. But before that, this horse ran 3rd of September at Saratoga, 6.5 and claiming 25. And the horse ran a good race. He won by a head there, sitting towards the back of the pack, had a great turn of foot. He got there in the end. It was a very good run for him there. And then Saratoga, 2 turns, mile and eighth, and claiming 20. He finished second by length, set the pace up until the stretch run, and then he kind of weakened out of it. I think the mile is the max for this horse. The mile and eighth just wasn't his liking there, so the extra eighth of the mile just didn't do well. I think the cut back to 7 should really help. And then he had a start before that, Saratoga. He was kind of workhorse at the Spy. He had 3 starts. Slapsue going, mile late, July 26th, and claiming 16. He finished second by 3/4 length. And, he just stalked most of the race and had the lead, and then he got caught. But he ran his heart out there. But, I like him a lot here today. You like the 7 furlong trip. He's versatile. He can set the pace or he come from behind. I like him. So 6-1, watch out. So to recap my selection for the second from Gulfstream, gonna go with the 6 horse. Gonna go 6-3-1-7 in the Super. So now let's get over to Race number 4 from Gulfstream. It's the Claiming Crown Express. It's going for a purse of $110,000. Races for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never start for a claim price of $8,000 or less a lifetime. Field of 16 horses. The 15 and 16 are both also eligible, so only 14 could go. The distance of ground of 1,200 meters, or the distance of ground of 6 furlongs on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs. And I show the diagram. It just gives me a second to look down at my notes. Just bear with me. Top selection here. I like the 2 horse Appealing Future. I'm going to go 2-6-9-1 in the superfecta. 2-6-9-1 super. Top selection, the 2 horse Appealing Future. 4-year-old gelding by Successful Appeal. Nick Juarez gets leg up for John Service. The horse's most recent outing came the 30th of October at Parks. 6 furlongs and start allowance race 1250. The horse won by 2 lengths there. He didn't break all that well. It looked like he broke a little weird, but he closed up well at the end and he got the victory. He won by 2 lengths. Before that, a Park 6 furlongs and allowance race 57,000. The horse won by 3/4 of a length there. He stalked most of the race and then he just took off. Another very good victory. And then before that, at Park 6 furlongs and the sloppy seal going, allowance race 75,000. The horse finished second by a neck. He sat back early. He closed up well. Just missed, but he ran a good race. Pardon me, I said he didn't break well his last race. I was looking at the wrong run. I was looking at a run back from, back in the spring, but he did break well last time out of Parks. But he going back to that September race and the allowance race where he finished second by a neck. Like I said, he ran very well closing up there. And then before that, they took this horse to Suffolk, 6 furlongs and optional 10 claimer. Horse won by 2 3/4 lengths. He just had a good going away victory there. He's making his Gulfstream debut today. Shouldn't be a problem. He trained at Palm Meadows very nicely last week. I think he'll run well. 7-2. Watch out. So to recap my selection for the 4th from Gulfstream, it's Claiming Crown Express. Gonna go with the 2 horse Appealing Future. I'm going to go 2-6-9-1 in the superfecta. So we're going to head over to race number 5 now from Gulfstream. The fifth race, it's the Claiming Crown Distaff Dash. It's going for a purse of $110,000. Race for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Never start for a claim price of $25,000 or less since January the 1st, 2017. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground of 1,000 meters, or the distance of ground of 5 furlongs on the Gulfstream Park lawn, the turf course. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs turf course. The newly renovated turf course. Hopefully, it will last longer than 2 weeks. This turf course, if they did the same thing that they did to the Calder turf course, Gulfstream West turf course, that turf course stayed in pretty good condition for the 40 days they raced on it. So if they could get a good 40 days out of this turf course here at Gulfstream Park East, I think hopefully it works a lot better than it did last year, where it was just mostly tire tracks, sand, and very little grass. But rails at 72 feet, that's the outer portion of the lawn. My top selection here in the Distaff Dash, I like the 3-horse Blue Baja, or Blue Bahia. I'm going to go 3798 in the superfecta, 3798 superfecta. Top selection, the 3-horse Blue Bahia, 5-year-old mare by Wildcat Air. Paco Lopez gets leg up for Jason Service. The horse's most recent outing came the 7th of July at Parks, 5 furlongs in a turf Amazon Stakes. The horse finished second by 3 lengths there. He closed up well a little bit when he got to the rail when the gap opened, but it just wasn't the day to win. Before that, in the Captiva Island here at Gulfstream, 5 furlongs, March 10th, the horse won by 3/4 length. He didn't break all that well that afternoon, but, he stalked early on after that, and he got through in the end. A very good race there. And then at Gulfstream Park, 5 furlongs in the ladies' turf sprint. The horse finished 10th by 9 lengths. Didn't break all that well. Had to check a few times in the lane, and it just wasn't the day to win. And then he ran this race last year, won it by 2 3/4 lengths very easily on the front end that day in that very, very tough field of 13 horses. This horse loves the Gulfstream Park lawn, 6-3 on it. The only losses have been against those tougher races. But against the claiming horses, I just think this horse should really do well. 4-5, shit price, but she should run well. If you're going to play the pick 5 or pick 4, I would single this one to end off the early wagers like that. But to recap my selections now for the 5th from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Distaff Dash. Going to go with the 3-horse Blue Bahia. I'm going to go 3798 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 6. Race number 6 from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Iron Horse. It's going for a purse of $110,000. Races for 3-year-olds and upward, which never start for a claim price of $8,000 or less lifetime. Field of 14 horses going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,700 meters and mile 16th. Remember, they'll be using the first finish line, so with this race, it's a very quick run to the turn, so you want to save some ground. These races tend to be more towards speed from the rail quality horses. So with that being said, my top selection, I'm going to use the 5-horse 2 Dare. I'm going to go 5-12-4-1 in the superfecta. 5-12-4-1 super. Top selection of 5-horse 2 Dare. 6-year-old gunner by Curlin. Tyler Gaffleone gets leg up for Ralph Nix. The horse's most recent outing came closing day here at Gulfstream, 30th of September. 1 mile and an optional 10 claimer. The horse won by length there. He sat back early but had a good turn of foot on the backstretch, and then he just held on. A very good race for this horse there. Before that, a month earlier, Gulfstream, 1 mile and optional 16 claimer. The horse won by 3 1/4 lengths, and again, great move around the far turn, and then he just took off clear. A very good race. And then again here at Gulfstream, 1 mile and optional 10 claimer. Horse finished second by 3 lengths. Sat back early, was very wide, but he was excelling at the end. He has run at this distance here at Gulfstream, most recently on the 7th of March, a mile 16th and optional 10 claimer. The horse won by half length. He didn't break all that well, had to, it was way out of it early, but he had a great turn of foot around the far turn, and then he just took off. A very good victory there. And then before that, the last time he ran a mile 16th was January the 18th here at Gulfstream, and optional 10 claimer where he won by 2 lengths, sitting back early and had a great turn of foot. So he's versatile. He could sit a little bit closer, or he could stalk. I think he's going to sit a little bit closer with these mile 16th races, and I think here at 12-1, he's a logical choice for me. A little bit of a price play, so watch out for him. A horse you definitely want to use in the first leg of this pick 6. But to recap my selections for the 6 from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Iron Horse. Going to go with the 5-horse 2 Dare. I'm going to go 5-12-4-1 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Gulfstream. The 7th race, it's the Claiming Crown Tiara. It's going for a purse of $125,000. Race for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Never start for a claiming price of $25,000 or less since January the 1st, 2017. Field of 12 horses going to the post, a distance of ground here of 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the Gulfstream Park turf course. 1,700 meters, or 1 mile, 1/16th. And I hope that these run-ups on this turf course is not over, like 80 feet. That's something that bothers me with this turf with Gulfstream. The run-ups, you could just add these 7.5 furlong races are more with the run-ups are basically a mile 16th races when they're on the outer turf course. So just keep that in mind. So this mile 16th race is probably going to be run at about a mile and an eighth with the run-up. Hopefully, unless they fixed it, which I hope they did. But I find that very annoying. But my top selection here on the Claiming Crown Tiara, I like the number 1 horse Peru. I'm going to go 112 911 in the superfecta, 112 911 super. Top selection of 1 horse Peru, 5-year-old mare by Multivator. Julian Leperoux gets leg up from Mike Maker. The horse's most recent outing came the 20th of October at Keeneland, yielding turf course, mile and a half, and allowance race 67,000. The horse finished second by 1 3/4 lengths. Sat back early after not the best beginnings, but closed up well, had the lead, and then he got caught by La Montagues in the stretch. Ran his heart out, but just couldn't keep up on the demanding ground at the end. I think coming back here with this drier turf course, I think this horse should run a lot better. Before that, Kentucky Downs, mile 70, and a start allowance race 25,000. The horse won by 3 lengths there. Sat back early, but had a great turn of foot, and he loved that turf course. He just won for fun there. And then before that, he ran in at Churchill, mile 8th, in the Alpha 6-2 claimer. The horse won by 2 1/4 lengths there. Sat back early, great turn of foot, and took off clear. Very good run. This horse ran this race last year, finished second by a nose, really closing up well that day. Had the lead, got caught right at the wire, but ran a good effort. And then after that, they took this horse to the Houston Distaff, where this horse finished second by a length, nearly winning. And then they took this horse again here to Gulfstream in the Mary Todd back on President's Day, where the horse finished fourth by 6.5 lengths, where this horse had a horrible trip. Go watch the replay; it was just horrible. But I like this horse a lot here today in this race. Has a good rail, could close up well. 5-2, shit price, but watch out. I think in the other races you'll see some other good prices, but this race I think the favorite's going to get it. But to recap my selections for the 7th from Gulfstream, it's Claiming Crown Tiara. I'm going to go with the 1 horse Peru. I'm going to go 112 911, 112 911 superfecta. So now let's get over to race number 8 from Gulfstream. It's the Claiming Crown Glass Slipper. It's going for a purse of $110,000. Race for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards, which never started for a claim price of $1,500 in the last since January the 1st, 2017. Field of 14 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters, with the distance of ground of 1 mile on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,600 meters, 1 mile main track. Top selection here in the Glass Slipper. I like the number 14 horse to the outside, Bella Vincenza. I'm going to go 14-9-4-6 in the superfecta. 14-9-4-6 super. Top selection of 14 horse Bella Vincenza. 4-year-old filly by Blondetti here. Luca Panici gets leg up for Kathleen O'Connell. The horse's most recent outing came the 4th of November at Gulfstream Park West Calder. 7 furlongs off turf and a star allowance race 12.50. The horse won by 2 3/4 lengths there. And that day, this horse, sat towards the back of the pack early on, but got the lead in the stretch, drifted a little bit, but, had the job done. It was a good race for this horse there. Before that, the sheer drama here at Gulfstream, 7 furlongs September the 8th, the horse finished 5th by 6 lengths, and he didn't break all that well. Had to steady a few times, and it just wasn't the day to win. And then at Gulfstream, 7 furlongs, and he had Elegant Stakes. The horse won by 1.5 lengths, closing up well from the back of the pack. It was a very good run. And then before that, Gulfstream, 7 furlongs off 16 claimer. Horse won by 1 1/4 lengths. Very easy race. He actually won 3 in a row. He won the race before that on Memorial Day here at Gulfstream, very nicely, closing up well. The wide poster shouldn't affect him so badly because it's a very long run of almost 3 furlongs to the clubhouse, to the far turn. So he should be able to save some ground there. And I think he can run well. 7-2. Watch out for him. So to recap my selections now for the 8th race from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Glass Slipper. Going to go as a top selection of 14 horse Bella Vincenza. I'm going to go 14-9-4-6 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 9 from Gulfstream. The 9th race, it's the Claiming Crown Canterbury. It's going for a purse of $110,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never start for a claim price $25,000 or less since January the 1st, 2017. Field of 12 horses going to the post. A distance of ground of 1,000 meters, if you want to go by that, with a distance of ground of 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs. Top selection here, I like the number 5 horse here, Oaks Bluffs. I'm going to go 5-11-9-4 in the superfecta, 5-11-9-4 super. Top selection of 5 horse, Oaks Bluff, 8-year-old gelding by my, 8-year-old gelding by Defrey here. Horatio Karamanos is on this one from Eric Epler. The horse's most recent outing came 22nd of September at Laurel, 6 furlongs, yielding ground at Laurel Turf Dash. The horse finished 7th by 13 lengths and was never into it, was very wide and just never was gaining ground. They ran the 6 furlongs at 114, by the way, so the ground was very saturated, almost heavy, so it just wasn't the day to win. Before that, Monmouth 5.5 in the Wolf Hill Stakes, July 29th. The horse finished 9th by 7.25 lengths, and again, just didn't have anything. Didn't quicken up, it wasn't the day to win. And then at Parks, 5 furlongs in the Grade 3 Parks Dash. Horse finished 6th by 5.75 lengths. Then break all that well, had a trouble trip, and he just had nothing. But before that, he ran a hell of a race at Penn National, 5 furlongs in the Pennsylvania Governor's Cup, where the horse won by 3/4 length, really closing up from the back of the pack. Good run there. And then after that, before that, he ran the turf sprint at Pimlico, 5 furlongs made the 18th, another heavy yielding turf course, very saturated. The horse finished 3rd by 6.25 lengths. That day, they ran the 5 furlongs, 103 and 4, and just wasn't getting into it, wasn't liking the ground. But this horse likes running here at Gulfstream. He's 8-3 on this lawn. Most recently running here in February the 18th in Option 25 Claimer, where this horse won by a head, really closing up well from stalking position. And then before that, this horse ran the Gulfstream Park Turf Sprint on Pegasus Day, where the horse finished 2nd by 2 lengths behind Rainbow Air. Ran a hell of a race at 35-1, good run, and ran in this race last year and finished 2nd by 2 lengths at 37-1. I think with a quick pace in front of this one, it's really set up for a horse like this. He's a good poster, and I think at 5-1, watch out for him. So to recount my selections for the 9th from Gulfstream, it's Claim Crown Canterbury, gonna go with the 5 horse Oaks Bluff, gonna go 5-11-9-4 in the superfecta. To race number 10. Race number 10 from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Emeralds, going for a purse of $125,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards, never started for a claim price of $25,000 or less since January the 1st of 2017. Field of 16 horses to 15 and 16 are also eligible, so only 14 could go. The distance of ground here of 1,700 meters, with a distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the Gulfstream Park lawn, the turf course. 1,700 meters, 1 mile 16th. The premier turf race of the afternoon. The rail's at 0 feet, so they'll be using the inner portion of the turf course, or the old turf course before the 2004 renovation. If you all remember, the old Gulfstream Park turf course is the 7 furlong circumference, minus the old turf chute, which I kind of miss. Those races were out of the turf chute, were very fun races to handicap, but they got rid of it. They filled it in, they built a man-made lake around it, so they can't do that anymore. But I think, actually, off subject, but I think to save the turf course from wear and tear, I think they actually should think about building another turf chute, because then you wouldn't have you could keep a starting gate in the chute, and you wouldn't have the wear and tear of the tire tracks everywhere on the course, and maybe they'll do that in the next 10 years. You never know, but. Just keep in mind, this is on the inner portion of turf course. Like I said that. I'm getting off subject. Let me get to my top selection here in the Emerald. I like the number 3 horse, Bold Rally. I'm going to go 3-6-7-5 in the superfecta. 3-6-7-5 super. In a multi-race wager, I would use all 4 of these horses, because I think any one of the 4 has a strong chance. And I would add to that probably Slim Shady, the 11 horse also. I think he has a strong chance also. So he would be my 5th horse if I would play a super high 5, but I'm not. But my top selection would be the 3 horse, Bold Rally. 7-year-old gelding by Fort Prado. Jeffrey Sanchez gets the leg up. This horse's most recent outing came in Illinois in Chicago at Hawthorne. 1 mile 1/8 on the firm turf course and option 18 claimer. The horse finished 3rd by 1 3/4 lengths there. He sat on the rail most of the race up until the stretch run. He had a great turn of foot. He just missed. But, he ran a good effort there. It was an improvement off the race up before, which came at Arlington, 1 mile 16th, and an option 50 claimer. The horse finished 9th by 5 3/4 lengths and was very wide and just had nothing. It wasn't the day to win. And then at Arlington, 1 mile 16th off turf on the poly track, and option 50 claimer. Horse finished 4th by 9.5 lengths. Didn't break all that well, never getting into it. It just wasn't the day to win. And then before that at Arlington, 1 mile 16, option 50 claimer. Horse finished 2nd by a nose. If he didn't have a horrible trip that day, he could have won. He just missed, but clear trip, he probably was going to win. He averages about 1 win a year. That 1 win came at Arlington back in May, and 1 mile 16 option 40 claimer, where the horse won by half length, really closing up well that day from mid-pack. I like this middle position kind of horse. I think it's going to play towards him in this race, and watch out for him. So to recap my selection for the 10th from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Emerald. Going to go with the 3-horse Bold Rally as a top selection. I'll go 3, 6, 7, 5 in the superfecta. In a multi-race scenario, I would go 3, 6, 7, 5, and 11. Very wide open race, like I said. So now let's get on to race number 11 from Gulfstream, which is the premier event of the afternoon. The 11th race from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Jewel. It's going for a purse of $200,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never started for a claim price of $35,000 or less since January the 1st, 2017. Field of 14 horses. Feel very bad for the 14 horse going a mile and eighth here at Gulfstream on the main track with that quick run to the turn, but 14 horses going the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/8 on the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,800, a mile and eighth. Now, getting back to the pre-renovated Gulfstream Park from pre-2005, basically, if I remember correctly, they never ran, when the racetrack was a mile circumference, I don't think they ever ran a mile, race on the main track. I believe the minimum distance for routes was basically a mile 16th. So I don't know why after, why they would still run a mile and eighth on this main track if they never ran, you know, with a quick run on both tracks to the first turn. I don't know why they just don't make these races mile 3/16ths. What is the extra 16th a mile going to really do? Think about it. Nothing. But my top selection here in the Jewel, I like the 5-horse. The 5-horse Race Me Home. Gonna go 5-7-3-6 in the superfecta. 5-7-3-6 super. Top selection of 5-horse Race Me Home. 5-year-old horse by Oasis Dream. Tyler Gaffleone gets leg up for Mike Maker. The horse's most recent outing came the 4th of November here at over at Gulfstream Park West. Calder, mile 16th in the Star Allowance race, 35,000. The local prep races for this race, and this horse did everything right. He won by length there, sitting back early. Great turn of foot, and he just won for fun. Very good race there off the break. Before that, 14th of September at Churchill, 1 mile and a claim 50. The horse finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths there. He stalked early on, and then he just kind of weakened out of it. It wasn't the day to win. And then before that, Indiana on the turf, mile 16th of Star Lounge race, 15,000. The horse won by 3 1/4 lengths. He had a little traffic trouble, but he had a great turn of foot at the end to get the victory. And then on the dirt at Indiana, mile 70, an optional 40 claimer. Horse won by 3/4 length. He stalked early on, and then he just won away with it. A very good race. He's proven he can run either on turf or dirt. He's proven he could set the pace or come from behind. He has a good inside poster going a mile and eighth here at Gulfstream. He's been training well. 9-2. I like him a lot, so I'll take him as a top selection. In a multi-race scenario, I would go 5-7. I think those are the 2 horses that are to be, and those are the 2 horses I would use in a multi-race. But to recap my selections now for the 11th from Gulfstream, the nightcap on the opening day card from Gulfstream, it's the Claiming Crown Jewel. Top selection, going to use the 5-horse Race Me Home. I'm going to go 5-7-3-6 in the superfecta, 5-7 in the multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.